Greetings and salutations, my friends. We have an emergency broadcast. Sports Interactive have made a statement. Communications, always good. I haven't looked at it. I just clicked the link here. It says sharing our planned approach for FM updates, and it's a big, long thing. And also, Jared Bowen is talking about his Conference League memories and FM26 plans. It's Hereford. Right, okay. I haven't read it, so we can react, and you can see my actual face as I read this. Okay, this is good. Communications is good. So what I'd like to see before we get into this, let me just, if I could be the one that forms this press release, I'd say we're sorry that it's been buggy. It's not been good enough. We plan to work on the, they're going to fix all the bugs. And that's fine. Make you talk about the bugs that you're going to fix. Yeah, we're going to do this. This is our plans. I would also love for them to talk about all the little features that are missing from the game and how they're going to add them back in over the next couple of months. Since the launch of the Advanced Access Beta and the full release of FM26, we have been closely monitoring your reports, feedback and general commentary with a record 2.5 million players thus far across platforms and significant player engagement during both the beta and full release. We are incredibly grateful for your support, especially considering the challenges some players have been dealing with. Good. You've said the problem, which we take very seriously. The sheer volume of feedback we have received is unprecedented. What is shocking news, and truly demonstrates the passion and commitment within our growing community. Does it? I guess passion is a word that could be used there. Thank you for caring so deeply about the game. Addressing your concerns remains our top priority. We fully understand the current situation. The game isn't currently reflecting our usual polish level. Yes, and this is despite addressing a significant number of issues already, which I gave them credit for, including stability improvements, fixing errors, and important polish. Below, we outline our immediate plans to address the ongoing concerns and further enhance your experience. There he is. Is that the features coming back? Yeah. As noted, the volume of feedback has been extraordinary. I like it. It's because it's really buggy, so people are going to complain, essentially, isn't it? Revealing a much broader set of priorities as a result. Fair enough. During the beta period, this led to 5 different updates and ultimately came at the expense of a day 1 update. We know this left some players dissatisfied, yes. With the way the submission process works for a simultaneous release and considering the nearly 500,000 people across the beta, we simply needed to make those fixes immediately and couldn't have kept players waiting until day 1. The decision is one of a number that has been impacted our review score, and we accept that. Okay, so they're saying, essentially, a lot of that, when they were doing like a patch like almost every day for a few days, weren't there? And then there was a decent sized patch, and then there wasn't a release. They're saying they had to get those bug fixes out because there was so many and it was affecting so many people that what those bug fixes would have been in a day 1 patch, but they needed to rush them out. Hence why the day 1 patch was not a day 1 patch. It was like a day after or 2 days after. Okay. Yeah. Though through the work that has been completed, including last week's 6 November update, the crash rate on PC is being brought more under control. Even though the vast majority of players haven't experienced any crashes at all, we want to emphasise that any game-related crashes are not acceptable to us. For those who have been affected by stability, our next update tackles many more issues, and our crash-free percentage will now further improve. On console, the next update aims to resolve lag reported during matches, fun, and will implement a range of crash fixes to address concerns highlighted. Now, I know they've mentioned console there. Take a breath. It's okay. People are allowed to play games on console, and companies are allowed to make their game available for console. I know. I'm sorry. It's just the way of the world, okay? It makes sense for them to do it. If you had a company, we had a product, you want to put it on console. And yeah, you know what? You probably have to smush the PC version a bit so it's a bit more console-ified and stuff. You need to find a happy medium, and obviously that's going to piss off a lot of PC players because it's changed and it feels a bit like it's not fully purpose-built for PC. But I think you can understand a company wants to sell on both, right, and doesn't want to release 2 wholly different versions on console and PC. Despite this, we still have lots more work to do, and we want to share our plans and continued updates and improvements across the FM26 cycle. FM26 is the start of a new era for the series. While it's natural to draw comparisons with previous titles, the initial groundwork laid thus far is a fundamental for enabling the series to expand and flourish beyond this cycle, which I totally agree with. At the heart of our future vision is the UI, which is undoubtedly the most prominently discussed topic. We are actively listening to all feedback and recognise that there are many adjustments that need to be made. For example, in the majority of the upcoming updates, in addition to general polish, you can expect to focus on areas that feel hidden, yes, good, or require too many clicks to access, yes, good, which will ensure the UI performs more smoothly and continue to evolve towards the full potential. As part of what will be a regular update for the next month, with a little asterisk, we'll have a look at that later, we'll be focusing on delivering fixes across all platforms, broken down into 2 key areas: stability and performance, quality of life and polish. So the asterisk is, whilst weekly is our target, this is subject to clearing Q&A and passing submission. Yeah, because you can't just chuck out an update, it has to go through a bunch of stuff. Cadence will vary, but weekly's good. Weekly is good. I will take weekly all day long. Stability, haven't mentioned any of the bits missing. Stability and performance remain at the forefront of our priorities, especially as our player base continues to expand. We'll keep monitoring and refining this to deliver the most seamless experience possible. As outlined above, our forthcoming update will address many of the major stability concerns that have been highlighted across platforms. Polish and quality of life improvements will remain an ongoing focus, and you can expect consistent changes throughout the cycle. In all updates, enhancements include both UI optimization and addressing frequently reported actionable issues, such as the option to use the legacy spacebar function, legacy spacebar functionality, and allowing players to save multiple starting 11s. Hello, that's a thing. It's one. We got one. It's a tiny one. It's like literally a little box. Hey, baby steps. More of which our team are working hard to prioritise and deliver. We're also evaluating feedback related to broader features. Whilst the design choices implemented in FM26 are intended to establish a foundation for future innovations, we accept that some of the choices have impacted areas of the game that are deeply valued, and so we are looking closely at the feedback as well. For example, pass maps are currently under construction for an update further down the line, and we'll keep you... Oh my god, they're actually doing it. Okay, and we'll keep you updated on that and more. Enhancing immersion remains... Yes, this is, I think, it past the... I'm not a fan of the UI, or past the... It's a bit buggy. The game has lost immersion. I think that's the key to it. There's so many little bits missing that it detaches you. It feels more like the spreadsheet that people joke about rather than the immersive RPG spreadsheet, essentially. Enhancing immersion remains at the heart of our goal for the series, and we remain fully committed to refining and improving FM26 throughout the cycle. Thank you again for your continued support and passion. It's truly appreciated. Later today, 12th, which is today, I don't know why I looked at the date, it's just come out. Updates for FM26 console and touch will be available to download on relevant platforms. These updates focus on improving game stability and general bug fixes, along with reducing lag during matches. Full change list will be provided following the release of the update. We are also making progress on a new public beta track update that will be released on Steam this week, subject to submission process. This will introduce a legacy preference to advance through messages with a spacebar, along with 200 other fixes. We will update via FM Assist when this is complete and ready for rollout. Whilst weekly is, I'll tell you about that bit. Okay, it's like 2/3 of the way there to what I would want. Okay. Obviously, a lot of this is marketing speak, and it's softly worded, and you know, due to the incredible passion and the sheer amount of feedback, complaints, inverted commas, complaints. But weekly updates, huge. That's really good. Okay, good. For those of you who don't like nuance and just want me to either hate on FM or love FM, you might want to just finish the video now, because there is nuance to this. There's good and bad, right? But, okay, so, weekly updates, really good. I don't care about the console stuff personally, because I don't play on console, but good for the console people. Yeah, lag during matches, that's got to be horrible. Okay, Legacy spacebar functionality, lovely. Starting 11s, good. So they didn't. So it's a couple of like missing, couple of the smaller missing features, right? And they talk about immersion. They realise that's the problem. Obviously, what's happened is that they've built FM25. It was a shit show. They could never release it, and it's buggy and bad. It wasn't how they wanted it to be. So they eventually cancelled it. Then they sort of, okay, almost like a restart, not obviously the whole thing, but like a redesign. Like, right, we go again. Come on, let's go. And at that point, they realised they didn't have enough time to release a fully fledged FM26 with everything that was included before and more and all that sort of good stuff. So they were like, okay, but we can't delay again. We can't delay till FM27 or delay FM26 till March. We have to release it on this day. So they've basically taken a big sword and just lopped a few bits off to streamline it so they could get it out, right? That's what they've done. It's not like they thought nobody watches cup draws, so we'll just take, nobody saves their squad, so we'll just take them. Nobody does this, so we'll just take them out. It was obviously chopped down so they could get something out for this. That's why it was so buggy, all that sort of stuff. Now they talk about a couple of other things that they want to bring back. I don't expect them to bring every missing feature back like during this year. I'm assuming, and some of these features they might want to like actually redo completely and make it, flesh it out and make it a bigger thing so it can actually be a feature, which is completely fine. But I'm glad they're talking to us. Weekly updates is really good. Saving a squad, good. And that other little bits. So overall, as a press release, Jimmy Wong, I'm giving that a thumb and a half. No, that sounds weird. A thumb and a half. I'm giving that a 7 out of 10. I'm pretty pleased with that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, no, I'm glad they talked about the bugs and the feedback and all that sort of stuff, and also talked about the immersion. The fact they reference the immersion is a good thing. The first step is to realise your mistake. You know, they probably realise they've cut away too much. I think what they'll do this year is they'll add some of those things back as the year progresses. Let's not forget, and it is a big deal, the whole licensed World Cup thing. I'm assuming the manager mode for internationals is going to be improved upon because it was awful before. So that's a big deal as well, and that's completely free. I criticise SI when I think they deserve it, and I praise them when I think they deserve it. What we have to remember here is that this isn't a full price game. You know, a lot of these big AAA ones are, 60 quid. Also, microtransactions, DLCs, other ways of making money. We have to give credit for Sports Interactive not trying to shoe in other ways of let's do a pack opening for the draft mode and stuff. We'll make the World Cup a DLC World Cup thing. They're not saying they should have, obviously, but we have to give credit to large corporations that aren't just looking for every possible way to milk us of our hard-earned pennies, right? So I give credit. I'm giving this a 7 out of 10, but you've said it now. Show it, Say it, show it, okay? Right, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.